Okay, take two. Hopefully sound works this time. I'm just gonna flip to my other screen. I clearly don't know how the software works, because when I flip to my screen, I guess no sound. Crap. Hopefully works better this time. Let's find out. Okay, so I was talking about cash flow and how I think it's important. I have been talking a lot about this, and I think it's important that we all are able to project the cash that we need to spend over the next 4 months. Because if we don't know how much we need to spend to be able to continue living, basically keep the lights on, food in the fridge, that kind of thing, then it can be really scary and overwhelming because it feels like we don't have enough. And we have it's a scarcity mindset, and especially right now because I know a lot of our businesses are closed. So to combat that, we are going to project our cash so that we know exactly what we need and when we need it by. So I'm going to build this tool live with you right now. I'm using Google Sheets because it's free for everybody. It's something that everybody can get a hold of. However, you can use whatever spreadsheet software you want. I prefer Excel, but we're not going to do anything crazy today, so Google Sheets will work just fine. Now, this is the part which the last time it cut out on me. So let's try again. Hi, Darcy. Man, this is the guy Darcy's watching. This is the guy that taught me how to use Excel. Okay, better? Can you hear me? I'm expecting the answer to be yes. So I'm going to continue like the answer is yes. Okay, so this is my Google Sheets here. I've got my name so that when I come back to it, I know what it is. And April to July is the time frame that I'm going to be projecting, and I would like to do this a week at a time, because I think when we are dealing with a scenario like this where we're really unsure of when the next bit of income might come in, even if it is a benefit from the government, we're not really sure when that's going to come in, so it matters when our bills need to be paid. So I would like to do this weekly. So let's start with tomorrow, March 30th, and then what's the next? So Sunday the 5th. Great. So 05/04/2020. Not typing. Good start. 05/04/2020. Great. Now in Excel, I would just be able to drag this out. So let's hope for that. It worked. Okay, great. So we got April the 17th, 23rd, 29th, 5th. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do a bunch of them. There's June, July. Let's keep going. Let's only do to August 3rd. Okay, great. So now I want to start with our bank balance, because a lot of times when we think about budgeting, or we're looking at an income statement, what we're looking at doesn't necessarily match our cash. So when we're doing this, we're doing a cash flow projection, we want to make sure that we include our bank balance. So I'm going to start with the bank balance here. And then I'm going to start with expenses. Normally when we're looking at an income statement or something like this, we like to start with income, but I like to start these kinds of things with expenses, because our income right now anyway just needs to cover our expenses, right? The anxiety that we're feeling is because we're not going to be able to cover our bills. So let's start with expenses. And it's the first is this week, so I'm going to put in rent. And for me, I pay rent, but I also have to pay for a parking spot, so I'm going to put in parking so that my car can continue to live in its spot. I also have to pay for groceries. Groceries, that's how you spell it, right? First of the month means internet, and what else? I know I have to make software payments every month. things like Excel, or not Excel, well, yeah, Excel, because Microsoft, I pay for a monthly Microsoft subscription. I also pay for QuickBooks every month. I have, because I have a wholesale one, I pay for much more than a single business would normally pay. Let's also put in vehicle expenses. Right now, oh, Darcy, I wish I had volleyball expenses. We can't play right now. I will put in other though. For, you know, the things that come up that we don't necessarily know are coming. I also want to put in maybe like donations or gifts, because I know that a lot of us, if we can, we want to be able to help our community, and I just want to put a line in there for it, because if we can do it, we want to be able to help each other. So, okay, so let's say rent is $1,800 a month. Say I pay 120 bucks a month for my parking spot, and I am going to format these because oh, we're back. I'm going to format these because I used to not care about formatting, and then I met Darcy, and now I care a lot. So we're going to format these before we continue. Okay. Let's choose a number. Let's choose this one. And I'm going to make it centered. Great. Great. Okay. So groceries. What about groceries? Maybe like $500 a month. I think we normally pay about $400 a month. There's only 2 of us. So if you have kids, then that is probably a lot higher than $400 a month or $500 a month. But that's what I'm going to go with. Internet is about 50 bucks a month. I pay about $350 a month in software expenses, but maybe this is closer to, say, 50 bucks for QuickBooks and then another 50 bucks for like the other things. I'm assuming like if we have a business or something like that, maybe this number represents something else. Maybe you don't pay for software necessarily, but oh, why does that keep jumping back and forth? Okay, so now vehicle expenses. I'm not driving my car that much, obviously, now, because there's nowhere to go, really. But I do know, for example, that I have maintenance that needs to happen in the future, so I'm going to put that in there. Donations and gifts, other. Okay, and then I'm going to skip a line just in case we have to put something in, and I'm going to sum this. Great. And center it, and we're going to put a little line on the top, because that way we know this number is summing all of these. Then I'm going to put a line in for income, but I'm not going to put anything in there just yet because I'm assuming that I'm not totally sure what my income is just yet. And then bank balance. Great. My bank balance is going to be this number minus my expenses plus my income. And also centered. Great. Okay. So we can just drag this out because it's the same formula all the way across. And this is the same all the way across. Whoop. Don't forget to make your input cells blue font. You know, I still do that. I still do that. Okay, and then let's say right now I have $200 in the bank. Great. Okay, so I know I need to come up with $23.70 by the end of this week. Partly that's big because I have rent. Maybe, let's say I get paid at the end of the month. Let's say I get paid $3,000 at the end. I clearly don't know how this works, but whatever. All right. So $500, and we're going to drag it out to here because we decided on, oh no, that was $500 a month. Just kidding. That's like what? What is 500 divided by 4? 125. I probably could have done that in my head. 125. Great. Okay. And then, so we know that these are monthly expenses. So I'm going to take these and I'm just going to paste it out here. And then now, because I have all these empty cells ahead of it, I can drag these out too. And it will copy the empty cells as well as those numbers. And hopefully they line up to the, and they do. Oh, we got 123 here. Why is that? Let's try this again. Still not. All right, well, there we go. Okay, and then internet and software, I probably only pay once a month too. Great. Okay, so now we want to make sure our opening balance equals our ending balance here. We can drag this out as well. Whoop. Great, okay. So now we have an understanding of if this $3,000, which we know is coming at the end of the month here, was the only bit of income that we were going to get over the next 3 months, then we know that we are theoretically, I mean, assuming that this $125 a week is the only expense that we have, which is probably not the case. But let's say, oh, what about telephone? Whoop. Let's say my cell phone bill is here. Okay. So if we know that if we only get paid this $3,000, that just before the end of the month, we're going to be in trouble. And so we know that we need to get paid, obviously, before then. So this is a really great tool to be able to plunk in the amounts and when they're coming in. So let's say that we are income free for the next 2 weeks after this, and this week we apply for the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, and then it comes in the following week, say here, because they're saying 10 days or so, and that's $2,000. Now hopefully that's $2,000 all at once. Hopefully it's not over the course of a few payments. Hopefully it's all at once. And that covers us here. And then we kind of are okay until here. So we're okay until the week of May 11th. And we know we're not going to get paid a lot. Maybe we have kids, maybe we have kids, maybe they eat like hippopotamuses and we have to put in more money here. Maybe it's $250 every week. So then we know that this is not going to do it for us if we have to wait our 2 weeks to get to here. So this can be really discouraging. I'm going to warn you beforehand. This can be discouraging. I am affectionately, I hope it's affectionately, known as a dream crusher to some people because I like to build these kinds of things so that I can see exactly how much money we need and what the inputs are, how the inputs are going to affect us. Let's say, for example, that we had a good month this month, we're going to get paid all at the end of the month, we get like $5,000. Whoops. Then we get this $2,000 as part of our benefit, and we would be okay. Whoops. and we would be okay until the end of the month here. So maybe, we've done this weekly. Maybe weekly is too much detail. So we can also do this monthly. So if we take this same outline and we just drop it down here and we say monthly cash projection. Whoop, that didn't go well. Cash. Typing in public is always embarrassing. All right, so let's start with April. And I'll drag it out to August. No, July, because we said July. And we know that now this needs to be a monthly total. So if it was $250 a week, then that would be $1,000, say, in a month. Ugh, this webcam. I clearly don't know how this works. Oh, maybe I can lock it. We'll find out if that works. Okay, so now we can drag these out. We know that it's every month. We can drag all, whoop, this is out, drag this out. This equals that. Because our beginning balance, we need to have equal the ending balance of the prior month. Okay, so maybe this is a little easier to look at. So let's say like vehicle, well, I know I need to get my tires changed in June. So I'm gonna budget $150 for that. Oh my God, clearly I don't know how to do this. I know my telephone is $40 a month. And my sister's birthday is in May, so maybe I want to send her $100 if I can. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Make sure this is covering. How do I clearly don't know how this works. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay. So we need to figure this out by May, by the end of April, which tells us basically the same thing, but I think it might be easier to think about in terms of actually plunking these numbers in, because it's, you know, I like to see it in the detail that is every week, but sometimes it's hard to be like, oh, okay, I know, like, I'm gonna have to get my, Darcy says CPA dues are payable May 31st. I think I already paid them, which now I feel like I shouldn't have because I could have waited. Ugh, cash flow management. I always gotta be thinking about it. So maybe I don't know exactly what week I'm gonna change my tires in, but this could also help me to say, okay, I know I need to do it in June. Like, maybe the best is to do it right when I get this money because I know that it needs to happen, or maybe it's better to wait and like put it off so that I can know that I'm gonna have money for it, or I'm gonna be able to pay my rent in the next month. So this is sometimes easier to look at. Whoops. And it tells us exactly how much we're gonna need by the end of July. And I can tell you, for me personally, if we only put in $2,000, like this is not my, these are not my numbers, like this is not specific to me, but I know that for myself, if I only made the $2,000 from the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, it wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough, and I would definitely want to know that before I applied for it, because after is too late. We want to try and keep our business as open as it needs to be, or as open as it can be. I know in some cases that's just not possible, but I think it's important to know how much money we need for the next few months. So I'm going to clean up this spreadsheet a little bit, and then I will make it available for you so that you can download it. If you have any questions, anything you'd like to see added to it, I can't do like a ton of personalized versions of it. If you have any additional expenses that you want to add, you can just add, insert a line, and the sum at the bottom will capture it all. If you have any questions or you'd like support on this, you can book a free 30 minutes with me. I've left a link in the description. I hope you're staying safe and healthy. Darcy, it was good to talk to you. I didn't really see you, but it was good. A little nerve-wracking to have you watch me build a spreadsheet though, live. Anyways, good to see you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.